dab mouth.
What's up, Kang? LinkedIn is helpful.
Yo, this shit is big time. Shout out to everybody and stuff like that.
LinkedIn harasses me every fucking day.
Panda, bikes. They call me on Patreon, walking through your mom's house with my shoes on. Graduated from Huffy to Dino. Cop me a Schwinn, I'm riding trick though. I keep a water by the field with Henny and Bunny hopping like a motherfucker around the city. Motherfuckers ain't faze me. Gonna need a 10 speed just to chase me. Cause I'm a 24/7 freak, Daniac. About to shit in your mouth, how you feel about that?
Hey, Hitler.
I know you're coming back with Lance Armstrong's nut in a Jimmy hat. Put some respect on my name.
Young Patreon.
Button box and a day job. They stop trying to pass me. I make you marry and fuck cause I'm gas. I'm like Steven Seagal with the karate chop. Making motherfucking bodies drop. What you know on my pegs, so you need a ride, ho? I'm a buyer, probably not binary god, ho. Don't call me, he better call me they. Gender be astral, I'm out of space. Never seen a fella pedal so fast. Ever since Grandpa molested your retarded ass.
My smoke's crown. My bar's crown. My rings crown. You know that we are. My pedals nice. I'm wearing ice. I'm throwing dice.
You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? I'm saying. Now everywhere I go, the people wanna.
Nobody does outro songs better than fucking Your Mom's House. So I stole today's intro from Your Mom's House. I hate to say it, but we've all been to your mom's house, right, Dan? Dan, you're muted. Don't know why. It's kind of a funny thing. We don't do that here. Oh, there. All right. Dan's got a new, what we call a backsplash or background. And for once, we now have an interactive background. Like that's not what do you call a small mammal. This is a large mammal now in the background, which is kind of funny to have to now navigate around. I mean, the little shit's been around for God knows how long now. I don't even want to talk
14 years.
I don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. Yeah. Welcome to Perfectly Misfit. This is a podcast where my buddy Dan and I here get together once a week to discuss daily bullshit. Sometimes we avoid some major daily bullshit like the one we're going to avoid today. And we catch up on every day-to-day kind of things. And because we're both Army veterans, we're both fucking weirdos. We don't subscribe to social norms. So Dan and I need this to a certain aspect once a week to just get this the fuck out. And we hope that we find people who can relate to our dumb shit every week. You either do or you don't. And then when we run out of those topics, we get into 3 other basic topics, TV shows, other podcasts, movies, and food. I mixed up that order. TV shows and movies are usually together because, but this is just our time to vent. We don't care if you like it. It costs us money to do the show. Dan is my brother, and we've maybe hung out 15 or 20 times in our lives. Maybe. All right. Well, whatever that time in Jersey, I guess. I count that as like one big time, but or maybe
I count that as once.
So once. Dan and I have hung out 3 times. But still, we are brothers. This is why we are doing this. But yeah, hopefully you like us. Like, subscribe, comment, all that bullshit. We ask a big favor at the end of the show, so we hope that you stick through the episode and do us that big favor that we ask at the end of the episode. Dan, the fuck is up with your ass?
Not a whole lot, man. Just work, a lot of work, a lot of time in the gym. This is one of my kid weeks. We started the pod a little early. Normally I send the kids to bed around 9.
Yeah, if I can do it, I try to ask Dan if we can get in there early because I know it works out better for him. He gets a little grumpy towards the end of the night, and we don't like a grumpy Dan. We like happy Dan.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, all right, let's bang this out. I've been home, so let's get her done. I'm lowering my light here. I'm just realizing I'm glowing.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get it. I'm sitting here going, man, I really need to get it.
Oh, you're good. You're a little purple. You're a little purple, but
it's because my light is from my monitors, and it's got like that blue tint.
Dude,
so,
hey, I'm working with I'm still working on it with a strip light. So I don't. Here we are. What 3 years later? I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I've got a webcam that's like just okay, and then I just got a new desk. But other than that, I need to get a light over here.
I'm loving the new angle. I'm loving that
I like it because then like I get back and I'm like, look back and I go, oh fuck, like why is that fan back there, like way in the back, and then like a random Xbox on the table right behind me. It's my son's Xbox, and then a fucking my son that I told to move and go upstairs, and I was looking, and he wouldn't move. So I'm going to do a podcast. He goes, I'll put my hood up. No one can see me. And then looks directly into the fucking camera because he's super.
Hey, Dad, what are you doing? Hey, Dad. Yeah. Dad. Hey, Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing over there, Dad?
Yeah. He's my super special kid. And you could see him laughing because he knows I'm joking. And I do this shit all the time. And then now, then you get some video game that he's playing in the background. Madden.
You know what's great, though? I'll be honest with you, Dan. We keep this up, we're gonna get fucking famous on TikTok because you're a TikTok guy, and then if once your kids get old enough, we can get them involved, and they're gonna be the kids of the dads. Like we're gonna have to change our podcast name to like the Dad Pod or something like that. Yeah. And then your kids are gonna be in the background like, Dad, shut up! Your fucking podcast is stupid. I'm playing COD. I'm playing zombies.
Fortnite.
What the fuck,
I'm
dude?
Pickaxing something in Fortnite.
Trying to fucking
do Fortnite dances.
Dad.
Me and my friends are trying to do Fortnite dances. Come on, why are you recording a podcast?
And then we'll become famous. So
bro, oh my god, dude. You want to hear the gayest thing I've ever seen in my life?
No, hold on. I'm sorry. The gayest thing is ever gonna happen is we become your kids' managers. Sorry. Continue.
Yes. Yeah. No. So my kid, he's like, I'm going to play Fortnite with my friends, Dad. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I leave the room for a little bit because I don't want to sit there and fucking watch him play Fortnite. I fucking come back, and him and all of his friends, there's that are playing at that time. There's like 5 or 6 of them. They're having a fucking fashion show in Fortnite.
Oh,
and I'm like,
no.
This is gay.
Wait.
He's like, no, it's cool. Like, because you do this.
They're all exhibiting their skins.
Yeah, dude.
They all got different skins.
I'm like, dude, this is the total. This is.
I'm
so surprised funny. You guys are all hanging out and sucking each other off right now.
Yeah, so I would rather that.
I would totally. That would be less gay than what
I would prefer. Guys, do me a favor. Just start sucking them, please.
Right.
Please, if I can give one suggestion as a dad,
Christ.
as an uncle, please just start good.
Yeah, dude, just fucking Hawk Tua or something, Jesus Christ. But no, we're just gonna do a fashion show, and then prance around and shit, and then so they can show their umbrellas or whatever. Dude, I don't know Fortnite that well.
Dan, there was an umbrella. Was there an umbrella?
No.
There was a fucking umbrella. Oh, that's right. You parachute.
The glider.
Yes, that's right.
But they're parachutes and
fucking
umbrellas.
I played Fortnite 17 years ago. I remember. fucking there was you jump out of the bus and you
Mhm.
parachute down, whatever the fuck that. Oh my god. Dude, look. I will say, I was guilty of watching at least one or two Fortnite events. Like they had like exclusive events. One was a thing where there was like a concert. Oh, Marshmallow. These was just things that these were just things that were happening, if I remember correctly, during.
I know Eminem did one.
Yeah. It was, but the one the two that I remember were like during the pandemic. One, I think it was like a Marshmallow concert where you had to be at like a certain place on a certain map at a certain time and a day, and then you got to watch a live concert, which I really think it was just it's also a DJ. Marshmallow's a DJ. They just press play. Yeah, it was it was a DJ. So,
DJs are.
yeah. So but the other one, and you know me, Dan's not into this, but the other one was the Rogue One. They had a Rogue Star Wars event where we got to watch cutscenes from Star Wars. And Dan knows me; I'm a fucking Star Wars nerd. I was like, oh my god! Thank God I played this one shitty game that I really suck at, but I can get to this one. But thank God I know enough that I can get to this event. So I got to watch a 45-second clip before anyone else did.
Nice.
Yay. Anyway, fuck Fortnite. Moving on. I'm gonna bring up. Can we go to podcasts? Because that's where I'm gonna burn out. I got two new podcasts. I think I've only mentioned one, which is Sword Fight. Jim Norton and his wife, Nikki Norton.
Yeah.
His wife,
right.
Who's a transsexual and being a Jim
female.
Norton, huh?
Male to female.
Yes. From Norway, whatever. But being an old school Jim Norton fan, I am so happy. What?
He's like a freak.
Yeah, he's always
creep. I said creep on accident. I meant to say freak, so I had to hurry up and correct it. But
I heard freak.
I heard freak. Yeah, freak. Yeah. And he's amazing. He's one of the funniest fucking comedians in the world.
Yeah, he has a podcast. He had an old special called Monster Rain, comedy special called Monster Rain, Monster Rain was a game that him and his neighbor used to play, where it was two boys playing together, and one of them would yell Monster Rain, and then whoever yelled Monster Rain would get his dick sucked under the patio. So it's been a long time thing where that Jim Norton is kind of a freak. I'm loving that podcast. I'm loving his new relationship. Not new, actually. For those who know, Jim actually moved to Canada during the pandemic to be able to live with her. He lived in Canada for a year and a half, 2 years. Did his podcasts and radio show, because he's on Sirius XM. He did it remotely just so that way he could be with this person. And God bless him. And their podcast is fucking amazing. He just did an episode. Their newest episode was with Anthony Cumia, which he used to do Opie and Anthony with. And Opie and Anthony. Yeah. So Anthony from Opie and Anthony. That episode was fucking great just because Sword Fight on its own is a great podcast. But then adding Anthony with the transvestite wife, it was just fucking great.
Which one is Anthony the crazy one? One that everybody says that he's crazy? The one that goes on Legion of Skanks all the time?
That's Anthony, yes.
Okay.
Opie, nobody welcomes Opie to anything anymore.
Yeah.
He was
He's the one that has like the gun, like
Anthony is, yes.
yeah.
Anthony is loves
The huge gun
Anthony.
nut is awesome.
Yeah. He lived in Long Island during the whole Opie and Anthony craze. Had basically like a compound out there. He had a mansion, fucking pool, guns, fucking gun safes. You know, like he would have crazy parties with fucking 19-year-old naked chicks all over the place. Like he was the man.
Okay.
But Opie was the guy who thought he was the man and unfortunately had to sit in the back burner. Anyway, let's move on before we focus too much on O&A because I could fucking talk about them for hours on end. I love Opie and Anthony, but they were the back burner, the inspiration, the thrusters for what Dan and I love today. But the other one I really wanted to bring up is Right Now. Have we talked about Right Now with John Goblikon?
No, I don't even know who that is.
Oh, well, shit. I should have fucking queued that up then. Right Now is it's not a new podcast. It was a podcast that started years ago. But unfortunately, they weren't getting the numbers that they deserved. Because I guess, 2 years ago, podcasts were still kind of developing. But this concept for a podcast is really throwing me for a loop, and I'm kind of surprised you don't know about it. I'm going to hold on. I'm pulling up a clip right here. Okay, and it's different, but it has the people that Dan and I love. So if you're a fan of this podcast, you're gonna like this, I think. But again, it's also a little different.
Oh, is this the Goblin guy?
Yes.
Okay, I watched him on.
White balance.
They do.
They do it right off you. Go get a white balance. Go bring in Santino.
I said to you before the show, if you make fun of my skin, I'm gonna leave. But let's laugh it in. Let's laugh.
I'm so sorry.
Let's do a cut in laughing.
Was this Santino? Not again. Not again. What's John?
I've seen him on Bad Friends on the Halloween episode.
He's done that one episode. Like I feel like that's the one crossover he's done since. Go ahead, sorry.
No, that was it. I thought he was funny on Bad Friends, and I guess Bobby Lee did an episode of his podcast too.
Dude, it's so. I will implore those of you who listen to our bullshit, go back and watch the episodes. So this is like a revamp. They did it for a little while. They weren't getting the numbers, and they just restarted it about 2 months ago, and they're cranking them. But the old episodes are only like 7 to 20 minutes long. But like the Bobby Lee episode, it's 7:40. Like it's 8 minutes. It's fucking great, and it's like they had him on. If you saw the Bad Friends episode, you might know how the original episode, the other episode ended, but it's fucking hilarious. Just how you just saw the Santino episode, it's a fucking goof. It's a fucking laugh. Did you see today's Your Mom's House? We got an announcement.
Dude, I haven't watched Your Mom's House in a while now. Like my podcast, it's been just trying to catch Kill Tony, and then maybe unsubscribe podcast, which I've talked about before.
Did you see this week's Kill Tony, which with Jim Norton and Ari?
Yep. I'm not 100% done with it yet. I'm Cam just came on stage and he finished his minute and was like, I'm gonna go home and kill myself now. But I haven't finished it.
Hey Dan, I'm going to do something because This is on you. The ending of that episode has to be edited.
Oh. Or was it edited already then, I'm guessing?
Oh, yeah, you can't see what happened, but I know what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
Who's on the episode?
It's Ari.
And?
So something, Jim Norton. So
Okay.
obviously
And,
Ari Shaffir did something.
And just so folks know, this episode, I thought it was actually going to air last week because actually the other great thing Jim's been doing is doing live streams with his girl. They do them like Fridays and Saturday nights, which is like kind of a fun thing to like just keep me out of the bar. Just like I come home and watch their stream for like an hour or two. And the money I would spend at the bar, I just give them on like $2 tips on YouTube. But yeah, last week Jim said that it was going to be the Ari and Jim episode at Skankfest, but it was this week. And I had heard what had happened because I have multiple friends who go to Skankfest every year because I usually go to Skankfest every year. But I've since moved from New York and they've moved the festival. When I went to, I think one of my last Skankfests was about 6 or 7 years ago. And one of the two craziest shows of Skankfest was always the Naked Roast Battle, which is where two comedians match up face to face. They know who they're matching up with, so they do research on each other, and they fucking, they do jokes that are deep. They fucking cut deep. But at the same time, both comedians are blunt fucking naked. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a suicide. I saw a suicide girl fucking roast a guy who looks like the son from fucking King of the Hill, who looks like Bobby.
Hill.
Yeah, he looks like Bobby Hill. Like she was a gorgeous ass model with tattoos, and guess who won? Bobby fucking Hill won. Fucking.
Yeah.
When I remember his name, I'll give him a shout out. And at that roast, I watched Ari Shaffir, who was also naked. The judge panel, they were all naked.
Yeah.
Ari peed into a cup and threw it in the face of actually one of our guests of our show, Zach Amico.
Zach Amico.
Yeah, Zach Amico. Zach got a cup of piss thrown in his fucking face by Ari Shaffir, and I was there to fucking witness it. Same room fucking Reggie Watts performed in that same weekend. But Ari, I think, has now set a standard for where he wants to go from there. Again, that was 6 years ago. I think he's done worse since. But at the end of this Kill Tony, Tony notices that Ari's like kind of twitching in his seat and like wants to get up and go. And he's like, "Hey, Ari, you all right?" And Ari's like, I had to go pee. And you see him on the edited version, you see him grab a cup. And you kind of see him do this. And that's all you see. And then they cut away. But the reality of what happened was my man shit blood across the entire fucking stage in front of a live fucking audience. And I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to have been at the last like 2 or 3 Skankfest, and I'm just kicking myself. Dan, I think we gotta work our hardest to get there next year.
I will try. And then Kill Tony, they said Kill Tony is going to do Madison Square Garden again, but there's one caveat that Ari Shaffir is not allowed to be there. So I wonder what he did at Kill Tony in Madison Square Garden that They
Yeah.
won't let him there.
I think he pulled out dick and balls or something like that. He didn't shit, but because I know for a fact he saved that for the Skank Fest. But yeah, 100%. Yeah, they were like, yeah, Ari Shaffir cost us $100,000.
Yeah, they did no details whatsoever.
That one I can probably Google that one, and I don't care. But the piss and shit thing.
Oh.
I mean, so like I know the one thing I do know is MSG fought against Ari coming through the audience. Like that's not something they do.
Okay.
So that was the one. That's the one thing I got. That's the one inside because I love the inside baseball. I love the inside info.
Yeah, but hold on. That's not true because when WWE came to Madison Square Garden, they had this is years ago. The Shield, when Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins were together, they always came through the crowd. And I
See,
know.
but here's I'm gonna give you a little inside baseball just because I could. All right, Lobo. Jesus, he just drank a bunch of water and then just came up on my leg, motherfucker. Back up.
All right.
Jesus Christ! Oh, that went down my fucking cap. WWE. Okay. Okay.
I'm not quite sure how to help you.
I didn't ask for your help, Alexa. WWE ring is in the middle.
Right.
Kiltony it's on the stage. So think about it. Like coming in, like everybody's in the ring is in the middle. It's less people on the sides, on the around, compared to just having the stage, and then all of this is filled with people. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where the semantics was it requires more security, and then the microphone thing. I think that's maybe where the bitching was. I don't know. I'm speaking as somebody who's organized, fucking a few events in my time, and also been to quite a few New York events. I just met, yeah, whatever. What else? TV shows, movies. We've been on a podcast for like 20 minutes, not 25.
Bryce went to go see Venom today, and he said it wasn't very good.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
He said it was
YouTube
funny, but that's it. But honestly, like the Venom movies, like for themselves, you just take it as like a somewhat of an actual Venom movie. It's okay. But like the origin and everything like of Venom and him actually never running into Spider-Man and all, yeah, that bothers me. But I could still, I like Tom Hardy.
I could have. I mean, you would know of anybody, fucking web singer. I could have sworn I remember a Venom versus fucking Spider-Man comic.
In the comics, absolutely, but in the movies, not at all.
Dan, what are we talking about here then? Dan, the comics set the fucking lore. What the fuck are we talking about here?
Dude,
so
Spider-Man, Venom came from the Secret Wars. All right, the Black Suit Spider-Man, the symbiote. Yeah. And in the movies, the origin for Venom comes directly from the spaceship and then never touches Spider-Man and then goes straight to Eddie Brock.
Yeah, but Dan, we are fucking nerdy cunts. The comic book sets the lore. Who fucking cares what the movies say?
Me. I want it to be true to the comics and then build the story. I want the comic that I read and looked at and everything to come to life.
You're killing me.
That's why I also
you just negated yourself. You just negated yourself. You want the comic you read to come to life, motherfucker. Yeah. But hold on. So then, what are you gonna fucking like? We're gonna pray Carnage movies never happen, like because then Spider-Man never happened. What are we talking about here, Dan? Come on.
What I'm saying is follow what the comic book set it to.
Fungal.
Because the story is already there and it's great. Follow that story and it's there.
Dan,
like,
this is why we do this
That's why
show.
Sony Marvel movies suck. And that's
Look,
why
look,
the
I
20th
just went.
century.
You just see my eyebrows? I just went into full like fucking carnage mode.
That's why like the 20th Century Fox Marvel movies sucked.
Dude, this is
You
this
know,
is why
and-
Dan and I, this is why Dan and I have always been good fucking friends, because we can have these fucking conversations, and no matter how much they piss me off, I'm like, fuck, he's got his point. Fucking hell.
That's why the Captain America movie is probably the best Marvel movie.
Now you're pissing me off.
The first one.
Listen, I will. You know what? I'm going to give you it because also now they're starting to allow ethnic Captain Americas. So
Yeah. Well, that's also follows the comic books.
yes, it's canon. It's totally fucking canon, and well deserved.
And I
love
can go ahead and go, oh yes, it's it's different universes, so different things can happen in the universes, but still, I get annoyed a little bit, a lot of it. It actually ruins the movies for me. So,
yeah, I drink out of a pink Stanley, by the way.
yeah, well,
I didn't pay for it.
basic white bitch.
Hey, I didn't fucking pay for that fucking thing. That thing was like 80 bucks.
You still drink pumpkin spice lattes
Excuse me, they're nutmeg.
and you wear your Uggs and
Excuse me, they're North Face.
right, yeah. Basic white girl.
You do know my blankets are made by Uggs, right? Did I ever tell you that?
Dude, no, but again, it just furthers my theory that you are basic white girl.
Right. No, hold on. I'm you bitch. You know I'm not a basic, but there's one. All right, I don't like your face right there.
Pretty basic.
Dude, when I moved here, I did a delivery for Bed Bath and Beyond, and I delivered a quilt that was made by Uggs, or not a quilt, like a comforter, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But like, like those big fucking quilt comforter thing come in like a package from Bed Bath and Beyond, and they have a slit where you can like put your hand inside to just feel the material, so you know what you're buying.
So you didn't deliver it, and you just kept it like a true Puerto Rican?
No, I said I fucked it. I got that bitch pregnant. No, but once I felt that thing, I was like, when I picked it up, I was like, whoa, I didn't even know Uggs made blankets. And then, I felt that thing. I was like, I fucking got to get one. And then what did I do? I hit up my mom because, old ladies always have coupons for Bed Bath and Beyond. And I was like,
Yeah.
Mom, you got one of those, give me a 25%. I know you got a 25%, 30% coupon. Fucking send me that bitch from your fucking countertop.
Well,
Yeah, so like, I mean, these things are like, I think it was $150, $140, but it's things as thick as a fucking Sicilian pizza, bro.
yeah. My comforter is an Amazon Basics comforter.
Oh yeah, my sheets are. That's what my sheets are.
Oh, all my sheets, everything. I mean, like pretty much, and like my towels are Amazon Basics.
No, dude, when I moved to Colorado and I felt that first chill, that first like real like winter cold, I was like, oh shit, I'm not ready for this. Yeah, so I was like, I need
do
a
you,
fucking.
do you have a coat and everything?
A what?
A coat, like a winter coat.
Yeah, Dan, I'm from New York. I have multiple.
I'm from
Dude,
Michigan.
I'm a skier, Dick.
I live in Michigan. I only wear a hoodie, no matter how cold it is.
You remind me of the kid I saw today because I had a great morning, so I stopped work around 11 this morning, and I went to the gas station in my neighborhood, and I live by Denver University, so like I got a lot of freaking college kids in my neighborhood. He was wearing a North Face like bubble down jacket with shorts.
That's just, I mean, I would wear a hoodie and short. Like when I go to the gym, I wear a hoodie and my gym shorts, and that's it. Like,
I
but no, like if I'm gonna be outside for a minute,
yeah.
I probably
Dan,
wear a hoodie.
I know we're running late. What about food? Have you been a fatty? Have you been a fatty lately?
No. Tomorrow I will be though. I'm gonna do pulled pork tomorrow.
Nice.
So
you guys got snowed on yet?
No.
Oh shit! Whoa! Holy crap! Hold on. So just so everybody knows, Dan lives on acreage. Fucking lives in like the fucking country of Michigan, which doesn't describe exactly where he lives.
In the north.
Whatever. I got fucking 4 inches last night. I got 4. But we got dumped on, and was even funnier was yesterday afternoon. I was out driving. My dashboard said 55 degrees, and I woke up to 4 inches of fucking snow. I was like, all right, cool, it's snowing, but it was almost 60 today, so there's no way in hell anything's gonna stick on the roads.
Right.
The fuck do I know? I don't know shit. Apparently,
it's high 50s this week. It's gonna be like 63 or 4 degrees, I think tomorrow. But yeah, no, we're in mid 50s. This is like, honestly, this is the first Halloween that we had that didn't rain or snow. And like when it rains on Halloween, it's turning into snow. Like,
yeah,
it was just super, super, super windy, and it sucked for people that had hats as part of their costumes. But because I know a lot of little people that had like witches hats and shit like that just get blown away, and it was like 40 mile an hour winds, so that motherfucker was gone.
Yeah, I remember last year we got dumped on Halloween because I went to see Bad Friends and live at Belco Theater, and it ended at like 9 o'clock, and I was like, this is kind of early. I don't want to go hang out at the bar this early. So, and it was dumping snow, so I fucking turned on my Lyft app, and I made $250 in 2 hours. It was not a bad fucking day. Then I went to the bar. But yeah, like it's I want to say it's unseasonally late, but you know what? It's only November 6th. So yeah, it's right on par for last year. Yes, Bubba. My doggy is dying for love, and we are running later than usual for this podcast, and I think Dan wants to put his fucking little shithead kid to bed.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No, it is. It's 9:22. You should have been in bed 22 minutes ago.
Yep, exactly. So we Dan and I appreciate those of you who tune in to us every week. If you do, if you don't, whatever, go fuck your mother. But do us one favor besides go fucking your mother. Tell somebody you love them. Like our lives are short. Dan and I lose friends and family on way too regular of a basis. We've had a lull. Dan, this year has been good. I don't want to, like, I'm not saying it like in a braggadocious way, but Dan and I have been blessed with not having lost many friends, but we've both lost people over the past year, 6 months. And it just happens way too frequently. Now, if you love somebody, tell them you fucking love them. Dan, I love your stupid face.
I love you too, buddy.
Fucking, like, subscribe, comment, all that dumb shit. We don't care. Like, we just do this for us. But yeah, we'll see you next week, bro.
See you, buddy.
Peace.
Bye.